Your brain receives every pain signal from your body. The stubbed toe, the paper cut, the toothache that makes you want to cry. Every single ouch travels through your nerves and lands in your brain, where it gets translated into that awful feeling we all hate. But here's where it gets weird. If a surgeon were to take a scalpel and slice into your brain while you were wide awake, you wouldn't feel a thing. Not a pinch, not even a sting, nothing at all. You could literally sit there and have a conversation while a surgeon is slicing into your brain. Now, you must be thinking, wait, that sounds insane. How is that possible? How can the thing that feels everything feel nothing itself? Let me explain. To understand this, we have to look at how pain actually works. It comes down to hardware. To feel pain, you need specialized sensory receptors called nociceptors. Think of them like tiny tripwires designed specifically to detect threats: heat, pressure, chemicals from damaged cells, or anything else that could hurt you. When these tripwires get triggered, they send an electrical signal racing up your nerves to your brain, screaming, "Danger, something is wrong." Your skin is absolutely packed with these nociceptors. That's why even a paper cut stings. Your muscles also have them. Your joints have them. Even your teeth have them, which is why a cavity can ruin your entire week. But your brain has zero. Yes, there's not even a single nociceptor in the actual tissue of the brain itself. Let that sink in for a second. The command center for all pain in your body is completely numb. So then, this naturally leads to a very obvious question. If your brain can't feel pain, then what the heck is a headache? That throbbing, pounding, sometimes crushing feeling after a long day, or when you're dehydrated, or when you've been staring at a screen too long. If your brain is numb, why does your head hurt so badly? This is where the confusion usually happens, so let's clear it up. The answer lies in the packaging. You see, your brain is wrapped in three protective layers called the meninges. Unlike the brain, these layers and the blood vessels running through them are loaded with pain receptors. So when you get a headache, what's hurting is actually the protective casing around your brain, not the brain itself. When you're dehydrated, those protective layers can shrink slightly and pull on sensitive blood vessels. When you're stressed, your scalp and neck muscles tense up and refer pain upward. When you have a sinus infection, the pressure builds up right next to those meninges and sets off the alarm. Now, at this point, you must be wondering, why? Why is our most important organ left without a built in alarm system? The answer is actually pretty simple once you think about what pain is actually for. Pain's job is to warn you. It's a pre injury alarm system. It makes you pull your hand away from a hot stove before you get third-degree burns. It makes you stop walking on a twisted ankle so you don't make the injury worse. It's a stop what you're doing signal that's supposed to go off while there's still time to prevent damage. Now, apply that logic to your brain. By the time something is actually touching your brain, the warning stage is already long over. Think about it. Your brain is locked inside a thick, hard, bony case called your skull. And outside that skull, you have a very sensitive scalp loaded with pain receptors to tell you when something hits your head. That's your first line of defense. If something, a sharp object, a bad fall, an injury, has already smashed through your bone and reached your brain tissue, feeling pain at that moment isn't going to help you. You can't pull your brain away from the damage. The damage is already done. A warning signal at that point is completely useless. Yes, exactly. The brain doesn't need to feel pain because by the time something gets to it, pain won't change the outcome. Instead, it relies on everything around it: the scalp, the meninges, the blood vessels to sound the alarm long before any real danger reaches the brain itself. It's actually a brilliant design when you think about it. Your brain is the only organ that's smart enough to outsource its own pain system. It lets the packaging take the hit while it enjoys peace and calm.